My mother bought this item from a pawn shop, attracted by its aesthetic appeal, and displayed it on the wall. She doesn't know what it is, and the little horses move up with the word scratched on the right and left side of the horses. Any ideas? This is a horse racing game that utilizes a deck of cards and dice, with gameplay centered around the probabilities of dice rolls. It is an enjoyable experience. The game features approximately 6 cards placed face down in a row, referred to as the rail. As you reveal a card, you advance the ace card horse of the corresponding suit. The objective is to be the first to reach the end of the rail. My friend and I found a very heavy metal object, approximately 300 kilograms, in a ditch deep within the forest. Along with 4 other individuals, we struggled to move it, leading me to believe it does not contain anything inside, and it is certainly not a bomb. The object measures about 1.5 meters in length and 0.5 meters in height. It is definitely not hollow, or if it is, its walls are very thick. There are no openings, only welds. It resembles a mooring buoy anchor, but I am puzzled as to how it ended up in this location. While there is a nearby river, it is neither wide nor deep enough to accommodate ships. Any ideas what this thing is? A shadoof or shadoof is an irrigation tool that is used to lift water from a water source onto land or into another waterway or basin. It is highly efficient and has been known since 3000 before Common Era. The mechanism of a shadoof comprises a long counterbalance pole on a pivot with a bucket attached to the end of it. It is generally used in a crop irrigation system using basins, dikes, ditches, walls, canals, and similar waterways. The shadoof is easy to construct and is highly efficient in use. It consists of an upright frame on which is suspended a long pole or branch at a distance of about 1/5 of its length from one end. At the long end of this pole hangs a bucket, skin bag, or bitumen-coated reed basket. The bucket can be made in many different styles, sometimes having an uneven base or a part at the top of the skin that can be untied. This allows the water to be immediately distributed rather than manually emptied. The short end carries a weight made of clay, stone, or a similar material, which serves as the counterpoise of a lever. The bucket can be lowered by the operator using their own weight to push it down. The counterweight then raises the full bucket without effort. Today in my town, 2 men are seen carrying gray shoulder-mounted devices featuring 4 black circles and a black square panel. Each individual has the device secured around their waist. They seem to be utilizing some form of scanning or detection equipment. What could their purpose be? They are eye walkers and ad walkers from the Gomo Digital Company, which operates in Wales. The black clothing appears to be a standard part of their attire. I found an intriguing item in a junkyard, thrift store in Blois, France, and I am completely perplexed by it. The only opening is a tiny hole at the top, while the spout is sealed off and the bottom is hollow. It is marked as verified porcelain. There appears to be a depth inside that corresponds to the full height of the object, which resembles a teapot. Various theories from multiple generations suggest it may have been used to keep something warm or perhaps serve as an unusually small plant holder. I am uncertain about the relevance of its location, but I was unaware that garlic and cornichon pots existed until today, having encountered at least 20 of each. Therefore, I am unsure if this item is specific to French culture. Any ideas? It's a brandy bottle made by Rival. I found an antique table in the UK today. The shop owner suspects it may be related to the practice of faking seances, and the age of the table seems consistent with that theory. It is made of solid wood and features a hidden nut and bolt on the underside, which allows the top to open and reveal a secret compartment filled with electric wires. These wires do not connect to anything. Additionally, there are small holes drilled on each side of the table, just wide enough for a wire to pass through. I am curious about the purpose of concealing electrical components within a table. It could potentially be used to simulate spirit activity with lights and sounds. Before making a purchase, I would appreciate your thoughts and insights. as I would not be interested if the table served a completely ordinary function. Any ideas what this thing is? This is the electrophone table, which had enough hooks for 6 headsets to be hung upside down from the top of the table, was only provided to subscribers that paid the higher fee, at least £10 a year to rent 4 headsets. I found a listing on Facebook Marketplace in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, close to its home city of Jeanette. The item is a wooden piece with a diameter of 20 inches and a depth of 6 inches. It features the engraving Jeanette glass. The interior appears to be fire blackened. The seller referred to it as a cool wood thing. While I agree that it is indeed interesting, I would like to learn more about its purpose. I attempted to search on Google, but I was uncertain about the appropriate keywords to use, aside from wooden circle with depth. Anyone know what this is? This is a wooden glass mold from Jeanette glass, which is utilized to shape wet sand. Once the desired form is achieved, the material, be it metal, glass, or another substance, is poured into the cavity created in the wet sand after the wooden mold is removed. I found an object at the very back of our property in an area I rarely visit, and it does not belong to me. We operate a medium-sized farm in Georgia that borders a hunting lease and commercial timberland. The object is red and made of plastic, measuring 3 inches by 2 inches by 1.5 inches. It opens at one end with 2 tabs and slots, while the other end is secured with a screw. The words EZ Start are stamped on one end, and it also has a part number 44867. However, I have not been able to find any information about it so far. I am concerned that this may indicate the presence of trespassers or poachers, and I would like to identify the object to help address this issue. Any ideas what this thing is? This section pertains to the turkey feeder system, where various feeder outlets can be connected to the OP's bracket to accommodate different bird species and developmental stages. Found a boxy wooden device featuring rib detailing and housing a light bulb, exhibiting a worn appearance with Brunswick branding. It appears to be a vintage or industrial item, potentially serving as a heater, cooler, or electrical component. The structure is boxy, with vent-like slits on the sides and rib detailing on the front, along with a compartment on top that may have contained mechanical or electrical components. Its worn, rusted look suggests it is quite old or has been utilized in a rugged environment. The overall design indicates it is reminiscent of mid-20th century industrial equipment. Anyone know what this is? This is a 1945 Brunswick telescore, missing quite a few components.